And guys, just so you know, we're probably going to stop live streaming on YouTube here pretty soon. So guys, what's going to end up happening is this. We're going to be streaming only on Rumble and on Twitch, probably starting after this week.
Yeah.
So just get ready. We're going to have to move the main platform to Twitch. And
3 days later.
And these guys have big audiences, and they're making it okay to get with girls that are 3 or 4s. Let me tell you guys something about, okay? For all the young people that are watching right now, hopefully we're on the front page of Twitch so this can get us.
I didn't know that this was a funeral. Hold on, let me get my stuff real quick. Let me get my equipment. Okay, now I'm dressed more appropriately. For a while now, Fresh and Fit, the YouTube channel, has been demonetized on YouTube, and they've been struggling to see their success that they once saw since. Since the demonetization, they've been going on this spree of doing creative things in order to make money on the platform that they have now, like offering these courses and these paywalls in which they'll do the main podcast behind it or some shit like that.
The majority of the content is going to be free and it's going to stay free. The only thing that's going to go behind the paywall is a portion of after hours. However, we're not just going to give you guys after hours. We're going to give you guys live updates. We're going to be having Zoom calls weekly or bi-weekly where you guys can ask us questions. We answer them. Coaching calls. We're going to have live meetups where you will only be able to come to these live meetups if you're a Castle Club member, guys. Okay?
When they're not pestering smaller content creators like me on my platform when I make videos about them, they've decided that they're going to move their streams to Rumble, to Twitch, in order to get some sort of growth and revenue on the channel again, because they're not seeing it on YouTube. And there are other red pill guys that are seeing the drop off that Fresh and Fit is seeing. Because they are the biggest, they have to be studied. Now, back in the day, Fresh and Fit used to have a massive and ravenous audience that used to give them super chats, give them views, give them likes, and they would be on TikToks and all sorts of things getting hella views, which made them triple down and make them feel emboldened about their takes. But now on their channel, it seems like they can't crack the views that they're supposed to be cracking for a channel that size. And it's honestly because people are done with the grift. Now, we all know Fresh and Fit's content, and it's no secret that it's, how do you say, disgusting, which makes me think, why the hell are you going to Twitch? Why are you even going to try Twitch? Twitch is a platform in which they have so many things about censorship. I think that they're more strict than YouTube. I kind of got a prediction that they're not going to last long on Twitch at all. I just don't. Wait, what? Something's going on with my camera here. Hold on. What's going on? I'm losing feed.
Oh man, today's a big day. For those who are unaware, Fresh and Fit, some of the biggest red pillars, huge alpha alpha males. Unfortunately, it's a big day here. They're no longer on YouTube. Sad, sad day. I don't know where these lonely men are going to get their guidance anymore, because unfortunately, it won't be on the biggest platform that produces content for you all visually on YouTube. Unfortunately, they've been going through a lot of hard times. It's led Myron to tears. It's almost gonna lead me to tears as well, because unfortunately they've been trying to save these souls and they can't do it on YouTube anymore. So then they try to pivot to Twitch and Rumble. But unfortunately, after one day, literally just one day, they've already been banned on Twitch.
We're banned.
We're done. Yeah.
We're done.
We just got banned on Twitch?
Yep.
See, that's funny, bro. It's all good. Yeah, I want to know why, though. I want to know why. What the hell it was.
Hey, it was fun while it lasted.
And now, oh my God, they're only on Rumble. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Where am I gonna go? Donovan's quitting. Fresh and Fit's no longer here. Pearl, I don't even know where her channel's at. Now, for those who are unaware, before it became really, really popular to make fun of these red pillars, I was a part of a YouTube channel called Playback, where me and the agent sat down and laughed at a bunch of people. And in one of our very first videos, we laughed at Fresh and Fit back when Walter was telling this hilarious story about how he ran into this random NBA player at this huge party, and then somehow, some way that led to them, you know, being fuck buddies, and not in that way. Or maybe, who knows, right? Walter certainly couldn't count how many women he had sex with that day, so I don't know if he really knew who he was having sex with. But nevertheless, the whole video was him trying to explain to you, yes, you sad, lonely fuck, you sad, lonely, fat, slobbering pig like myself, we're all here, brother, how you can now bag women using Instagram. He used something very, very unique, and what we decided to do was call cap. And even if it wasn't cap, it certainly was a scam, because from a mile away, you could easily sniff it out. For whatever reason, and I have no idea why this is the case, but over the past handful of years, it has been commonplace for people on the internet to scam and misguide very, very lonely men. And when it comes to women who are on OF or on Twitch or other platforms where they love to seduce men, it's very, very obvious. When it comes to men taking advantage of other men, it's not as easy as a lot of people believe, in large part because they like to build up this cult-like environment and have you feel as if what we are producing is a safe space, so you can get your lonely ass over here and we can all talk it out like incels brothers like we are. And what that allowed is a level of success that honestly I did not foresee myself. But I have to say, it honestly doesn't surprise me. In this internet space, unfortunately, lonely men have been constant victims. Men who go out there, work hard, make an honest living, and for whatever reason believe that there is a shortcut in life. But the truth of the matter is that, unfortunately, it's not the case. Doesn't matter how many women you pay for subscriptions or how many yacht parties you believe you need to spend hundreds of dollars to go to just so you can get this close to talking to a woman. There is no shortcut in life. It's a very, very long, and I do mean long, tedious process that you have to participate in. And if there is one thing I have to, and I mean I have to make sure that a lot of the young men out there really understand, is that it's not easy. And taking a shortcut really does take away from a lot of that process. And unfortunately, it is sad to say that many of you young men, I do believe, have been taken advantage of. And in all honesty, I do believe it's better for everyone if Fresh and Fit are not only on this platform, but also not on Twitch as well. Because a lot of the rhetoric that I have been pushing over the past couple of years has been very toxic. It has been very regressive. But more importantly, they have broken TOS several different times. Even if you agree with their message or you just don't believe that anyone should be taken down due to a different opinion, that's fine as well. They have still done many, and I do mean many of things that has completely disregarded TOS, which should have removed them from the platform anyway. Now, to be fair to YouTube, they've kept them up there and just demonetized them, but this was all inevitable, especially because it is very, very clear that a huge incentive for many of these red pillars isn't necessarily to save souls, because you can do that for free if you really want to dedicate your time to that, rather than trying to make a money and a profit off of the same lonely men that they claim that they're trying to save. So ironically, a bunch of lonely men still got taken advantage of.
Brother, can I get my video back? Please. Please.
Sure.
Yeah, if you wanted to do this, should have kept the channel.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Jesus. If you wanted to talk about Fresh and Fit, he should have started a channel. Anyway, where was I? It's been no secret that for a minute now, the red pill community has been dying. I kind of marked it back when it happened, but Kevin Samuels' death to me was the turning point for the whole community. It allowed these incestuous people to come in and do whatever they want to do with the whole entire community. And trust me, Kevin Samuels is no saint either. To me, he was the first person that put character in this whole red pill community, at least from the mainstream from my perspective. But the people that came after him decided to play up the whole entire thing to a whole nother level. Now you have government entities coming in and making lists, accusing people and putting them on some sort of grading scale as to how dangerous or misogynist they really are.
An NGO, a non-government organization called Diverting Hate, which is funded by, among others, the Department of Homeland Security, who, by the way, should be utilizing our tax dollars to protect or to tighten up our borders, you know, keeping us safe.
Then you have YouTube going on its mass demonetization efforts for a lot of these channels. We've seen what happened to Just Pearly Things when she got demonetized and started to get her grift off in other areas like sports and whatnot.
That's fair.
6'2", 195.
So, you know, that's the...
for you?
Yeah, that's pretty tall.
Look. But listen, let me tell you something.
I'm tall too, you know?
If you're 6'2", you also got to be built kind of like a linebacker, because I need you to throw me around.
Now, most recently, Candace Owens is another person who's been demonetized based off of the things that she said on her platform. It all kind of stems from the manosphere kind of being wrapped in these conservative ideologies, which ultimately leads these people down these racist pathways. And I don't even know how they get there, but the next thing you know, you have people putting on KKK hoods and doing the German salute in order to get their points off about how men should be better. See, nowadays, some of the main perpetrators of the manosphere or the red pill content have decided that their audience doesn't want to watch them. So now they're doing anything and everything in order to get some sort of shock value views or get their content off, which ultimately means being racist towards others. I don't know if you've seen these recent videos of Andrew Tate, but it seems like he's gone totally away from helping men and gone full dive into who can say the most offensive or racist things or do the race baiting play that you know that I hate on the internet.
Trump was set up by the system, man.
He was set up by the system. They're trying to keep a black man down in America, of all places.
Trump.
Speaking of these alpha male red pill grifters who have turned into race baiters now, Sneako is a main person in this conversation because his whole arc is insane. When he started to go down this red pill grift, it seemed to be pretty lucrative for his life until he got banned from YouTube, which ironically, even Myron and Walter from Fresh and Fit thought it was a bad idea.
Yes, you warned me.
What's gonna happen?
And I did not care.
You got an email or a text or something like that, you got banned. You were instantly like, fuck.
Yeah,
bro,
obviously it was a difficult situation.
Bro, you were freaking out.
Yes. Of course. Things get I'm sure Candace is freaking out right now. I'm sure Chris is freaking out. I'm sure Pavel Durov in jail is freaking out right now.
But Sneako fought back on that notion for a long time because he thought everything was okay. He was telling the truth, being the martyr. If he was going to help men by telling them religion is the way, by telling them working out is the way, by telling them not to goon out on OnlyFans was the way, then that was perfectly fine with him. See, what Sneako failed to realize, just like Myron did, is that he was a pawn for a bigger scheme. Once you go past traditional, non-extremist conservatives, you go into the extremist lane, and then those people in the extremist lane don't like you either. They can see through the grift too. Once you don't conform with the ideologies that they have, ultimately they turn on you as well.
Being conservative does not mean you think whites are the supreme race. Being conservative comes from the ideas of God, traditional values. Traditional values did not start with the founding fathers. Traditional values did not start with white people. Traditional values go back to the source, go back to God. At no point did God ever write down whites are the supreme race, or not even whites, Italians and Mexicans.
Now, ultimately, I don't feel bad for Sneako for having this community turned against him because he kind of made this to be the place that he wanted to be. You make your bed, you lay in it. And it would take a longer video and maybe some smarter minds to really unpack how the red pill community, white supremacists, conservatives are all wrapped into one bundle. But at the end of the day, Sneako went down this path and he's seeing that it's no longer fitting him and no longer benefiting him. Because once you get so far down this path, these people think that you'll just do the next shock jock thing for them, and when you don't, they turn on you. Hell, that's why Myron in the Twitter space the other day got kicked out because they exposed his black ass for being a grifter in a place and space that he's not supposed to be in. And I know they didn't ask for it, but no, I don't have sympathy for Fresh and Fit getting demonetized, Just Pearly Things getting demonetized, or even Sneako now having to sit on his platform and convince these racists that he groomed to be in his audience to believe that Haiti is a beautiful place, Haiti is a place that needs its respect, etc., etc. When you sat here and you championed the president who was known for not liking a place like Haiti. When he gets up on his platform and says, oh, this is what I feel about the country, this is what I feel about the people, they're eating our animals, etc., etc.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I only expect those people to come to your platform and look for validation in what he's saying, but of course you're gonna denounce it. You're from there, Sneako. You can't deny that. I find stuff like that laughable. But not as laughable as guys like Donovan Sharp sitting on the platform saying, ooh, this just isn't profitable for me anymore. I can't continue doing this. The red pill isn't serving me.
I've sort of come to a decision, this whole Donovan Sharp thing, whatever the case may be, it's been fairly clear for a while that this just isn't profitable for me anymore. I'm not really tripping, but the reason I'm doing this is because I've been suppressed by the algorithm forever.
I don't think it's because you've been suppressed by the algorithm. I think it's because people don't want to watch you. When Donovan Sharp first came out, he was clinging on to Kevin Samuel's name, claiming that he was his best friend. And he also got into some back and forth with Abba and Preach, which we won't get into. I'll let you go on their channel and deep dive into that. But ultimately, he is what I believe to be one of the fakest guys in the red pill community. His content is out adding value and ultimately disgusting.
Hey, me and the girls want to go dancing tonight.
At the club?
Yeah.
Which club?
Cheaters.
Why can't you guys just drink red wine and watch rom-coms or something?
We just want to let our hair down and have some harmless fun.
You don't have to go to the club to do that.
Oh, come on. You can trust me. I just want to have some fun.
Okay, you can go dancing, but on one condition.
Okay, what?
Instead of going to Cheaters, go to Grinders instead.
You mean the Happy Club?
Yes. Is there a problem with that?
No. It's just not the same.
How is it not the same? If you guys want to go dancing and have a few cocktails and have some harmless fun, then Grindr should work just fine, right?
I think we'll just drink wine and watch rom-coms.
Being in a relationship with me is not easy.
Mr. Sharp, I don't believe anything that you're saying. Just like many other red pill dudes in the manosphere community, we found out that Donovan Sharp was living a lie when he sat down with Just Pearly Things and MTR to explain his story and his experience when dating a 19-year-old drug addict who had a baby daddy who was in jail, who got out and ultimately tricked off on him and made him spend extra money that he didn't have, etc., etc.
There was this hot 19-year-old in my class. We took a shine to each other immediately, right? It was a great relationship. We spent every day together, blah, 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 blah. She was 19 years old, who had a 6-year-old, which means what class? She had her child at 13. The baby daddy was in prison at the time we were dating. She left her account open on my computer on Facebook. I scrolled through, saw all kinds of stuff, drove to her place, I said, I want you to be honest with me. Have you cheated on me? And I wanted her to lie to me so I could just keep up the delusion. She said, honestly, yes. That is the worst emotional pain I've ever felt in my life. To this day, I never will.
So let me get this straight. I'm supposed to be taking red pill / dating advice from a dude who's a career criminal, dated a single mother when he was 30 and she was 19, doesn't live the life that ultimately he says that he lives. This is more of a meme. I thought Donovan Sharp was honestly a meme. I didn't know that he was taking this seriously. People saw through that just like they saw through all the other red pill people on the internet, and they decided to stop patronizing you. No, it's not the algorithm in your case. It is just the fact that people don't want to consume your nasty ass content because they don't believe you. And also, you have no value add. I do believe that these platforms are taking away some of the spin that these red pill guys get. To be quite honest with you, it's mainly only Twitch and YouTube. There's other fringe platforms like Kick, like Rumble, like Twitter, especially like Twitter, that will platform you and prioritize you over any and everybody else. But ultimately, from my perspective, a lot of these guys don't have value adds, and that's why they're changing up their content. But once they change up their content, there's no shock value, there's no je ne sais quoi, nothing that brings us back. Once Fresh and Fit got rid of the 304s, hell, there was nothing to it. But also, there was viewer fatigue from seeing these dumb 304s on the platform and you asking your stupid questions. It just got tiring after a while. It's not entertaining, it's not fun. And then also, when people unpack the fact that you don't live that same lifestyle, how serious can people take any of you guys who tell them, hey, live this life, hey, do this thing, but they see you sleeping with single mothers, dating crackheads, getting them impregnated, being exposed for giving out nasty and fraudulent contracts. I mean, the list goes on and on about how you do not live the life that you want people to believe that you live, but then you try to sell them on a course as to how to live that life. Like, it just doesn't add up. And then also, I think that there is a group or subsection of people who have experienced what you have told them to do. They have taken in the teachings of the manosphere in the red pill community, and then ultimately it did not work for them. Whether it be the teacher seeing the young kids doing this and saying, hey, we do not want our young kids going down this path, or it's grown ass men who went down this path that you said was the path to go down and then saw the outcomes and said, I'm gonna get out of this. I'll be here for whatever the next grift is in the manosphere community. I'll be here front line and center to make fun of you guys. I am glad that this form of content is dying out. It's time to get a day job and stop selling them damn courses anyway.